other stories, political maneuvers, coalition and defection remains at a high tide in Nigeria. So tonight we take another look at the bittersweet reality of Nigeria's evolving political map. Babajide Ogunsanwo, founder of Leadership by Data and Channels Television's chief data analyst, is here to share the facts, the analysis and insights about how the power pendulum is actually swinging. Thank you very much, Babajide, for joining us on the news at 10.
Good evening, Anne.
Let's talk about Governor Umoh of Akwa Ibom State. He has left the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, for APC. How significant is this move?
It really depends on who you ask and the perspectives they have. But I look at it in three ways. The first is this defection will not change the 2025 budget of Akwa Ibom State. So in simple terms, nothing really changes, especially when we understand that the budget is really a major policy trust in terms of economic development and the plans of the governor for the people. So will this move significantly, or will it change in any way the budget of Akwa Ibom State for this year? No, it wouldn't. That's the first way to look at it. The second way to look at it is Governor Umoh Pastor is in his first term. So we will have to wait until the next 2 years to really see how the people vote. That will also influence the significance of this move. But the third and perhaps final, and maybe even the most important, is for the party on the national perspective. Now, for the party on the national perspective, this is a big win. Now, why do I say this is a big win? Let's look at the situation this time about 2 years ago when the party, when the elections were concluded, where the APC stood, where the PDP stood. For the party, the numbers have improved, and so for the party is better off. As at this time, 2 years ago, the APC had 20 governors. With this defection, the APC now has 23 governors. The PDP has lost 3 governors in the last 2 years. The other parties, LP, ABGA, NNPP, their positions in the last 2 years remain the same. So the biggest loser in all of this isn't the LP or ABGA or NNPP, because their positions have remained the same in the last 2 years. The biggest loser, as at the moment, is PDP, because the evidence in front of us shows that the PDP has lost 3 governorship seats within the last 2 years, and all of those 3 seats have gone just one way, to the APC.
Okay, Babajide, but when we look at the rest of the year, I mean, it's just 6 months gone. What is the political outlook across the regions for the rest of 2025?
So based on the INEC timetable, there's the Anambra governorship election, which will be happening in November. That's about 5 months. That election, because right now we have the governor, Professor Soludo, is from ABGA. Things can't get worse for the APC. It can only get better if they win that state. However, one way to understand is to look at what is the situation based on the current position and the implications regionally. And if we take a look at the regional distribution of things, and it then allows us to clearly understand what might be happening within the next 2 months. And if we take a look at what is in front of us, it allows us to see not only does the APC have is currently governing in 23 states, 13 of those 23 states are in northern Nigeria. So we're looking at in the northwest, northeast, and north central, APC has 13 states out of the 19 states in the region. In the southern region, APC has 4 in the south, south-south, 2 in the southeast, another 4 in the southwest. So in total, in the southern region, APC has 10 governorship seats. In the northern region, they have 13, so clearly they're stronger up north. For the PDP, 10 states, 5 in the north, 5 in the south. So the summary is, yes, it's still early to determine what's going to happen in the next 2 years, but in the 2 years that we've seen since May 2023, it's a stronger position for the APC relative to how they started 2 years ago. We can clearly see now that in the northwest, they're dominating, northeast, north central, south-south, southeast, they're dominating as well, because in the southeast, they are the only party that have 2 governors, and in the southwest, clear dominance as well, 4 governors.
Babajide, I mean, they say that politics is just a game of numbers, and the All Progressives Congress, as we know at the moment, as we speak, has a clear control of states. Will this in any way affect, maybe let's just say, will this burn a fire? Will this cause any problem, or for the APC or for the PDP?
So it's interesting, you know, fire can warm, fire can burn.
Exactly.
You know the story of David and Goliath. David saw Goliath as too big to miss, and Goliath saw David as too small not to destroy. And so yes, we've seen all of these numbers that are in front of us. However, it depends again on the perspective. A key big number that we should all keep an eye on is, yes, the defections could confuse you, but what shouldn't confuse you is that as of today, we have 23 governors that are in their first term. I repeat, 23 governors are still in their first term. And a lot will be based on what will these 23, how will they play? What will their loyalty be? A lot of them are in northern Nigeria. What will they do? We also have 13 governors that are serving their second term. So a lot really will be based on not what happens in the PDP or APC or in any of those other parties. It seems a lot will be determined by those two big numbers I've told you. 23 governors in their first term, 13 governors on their second term. How will they play this chess game? And again, yes, like you've said, fire can warm, fire can burn. It depends on which way this fire will play.
All right, thank you very much. Babajide Ogusol, founder of Leadership by Data and Channels Television's data analyst, for your time on the news at 10.
We'll do this again next week.
We'll do this again very soon.